happy February. I think this is the first vlog that's going to go up in February for me. And I'm actually sitting down to do this like chatty catch up with me because I just realized I do not have a vlog ready for this week. I've been doing a lot of art related vlogs and I'm in the middle of the second installment of my getting out of a rut like challenge series. But the second phase of like trying different things is actually, spoiler alert, it's more productive. And I've been trying to focus on finishing projects instead of just like starting them and leaving them. So it's taking a lot longer to make that vlog than I expected. Like, I think I started filming it a couple weeks ago and I'm still like only one project in. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Maybe I'll have it up in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see. I might have to go back to doing some more like lifestyle vlogs in February until those are ready to post. I haven't really been in like a filming mood recently though. I keep a running list of vlog ideas and like rough dates I might post vlogs in like a digital planner, just so I can kind of like see what I'm planning to do in advance. I find that really helps me stay on top of it. But January was just kind of like a really low-key month. I was like really locked in with work. You know, it was really cold, very snowy, not much going on socially. Maybe something would happen here or there, but like very spread out and so there's just like nothing to film. And I feel like coming into February, my life is like, maybe there'll be more interesting things to vlog about. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I feel like January went by so fast. And like the thing is with like vlogs too is they're a little bit delayed. So I did just do a week in my life vlog at the beginning of the month, but I actually like I filmed that like the first half week of the year. So at this point it's been a month since I was filming like a week in my lifestyle vlog. And then I did like the girls night vlog, but it wasn't really like a full vlog. It was kind of just like a little bit of behind the scenes and then my vision board presentation. And I'm looking at my vision board. It's I have you set on my shelf. I put my vision board on like above my bed because there's like a gap in the wall where I haven't put any art yet. Actually, I have a headboard that I want to put there, but it needs to be like refinished. Hint, hint, bedroom renovation plans are in the works, but I don't think it's going to be this month. I probably won't start that till March. Speaking of like my vision board, I did mark something pretty big off. And I don't know, maybe you've noticed from the camera quality. Hello. I have a new camera. I got a Canon G7X Mark II, which was the camera that I was hoping to get. And this was like a totally unexpected purchase. Hello. Store does not want to stay open. It was a totally unexpected purchase that I ended up making in January, partly because it's a very big, like expensive purchase. Like a Canon G7X Mark II, if you buy one refurbished, is like $1,200, and you can find them for cheaper, but it's always very like iffy about like the condition. There was one that was a fairly good price, but they said the flash didn't work, and I was like, I kind of want the flash to work. So I was just like checking Facebook Marketplace and eBay, and then when was it? Must have been like a couple weeks ago. I was browsing Facebook and it came up on Marketplace and it was $500, which is extremely cheap for this camera. And the seller looked legit, seemed like it checked out. So I messaged her and was like, would you ship? And it had only been listed for like 40 minutes. And she replied and she was like, I must have it listed too cheaply because I've already gotten 2 other offers. And so she's like, if you'll do better than this offer, I'll sell it to you. So I ended up paying $800, which I was happy to pay. The camera is like in great condition. I think it was barely used. But when it came, I like sent her a shipping label so she could like send it to me. And when it came, I opened the box. There was no packaging, 0 packaging, just the camera and the charger and a pouch rattling around in there. And I was like, because I damaged my last camera by dropping it, and you like packages just get thrown around and abused in all sorts of ways when they're being shipped. So I was like extremely concerned that the camera was going to be damaged, but it seems to be okay. So hopefully that means this camera is a little more durable too, because I am so hard on my stuff. Like, I literally barely had my camera for any time at all before I like knocked it over, and it was like, it like wouldn't focus anymore. If you've been watching my vlogs, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm really excited to get this. I also decided to take some credit card points, and I bought a Rode mic to go on top. This camera definitely has a better microphone than my old one, but audio and video quality are just something that has been absolutely killing me when it comes to making vlogs. Like, I've been putting so much time and effort into trying to make them the best they possibly can be and make them interesting and aesthetic, and then the quality is just non-existent. So I'm excited about this. Hopefully it will like get me excited to like continue making content, because like, to be fully honest with you, like, the channel hasn't been doing as well as I hoped. Like, I had this goal in mind, and maybe a lofty goal, but not crazy, of getting to 1,000 subscribers in a year so I could monetize my channel. And then I was like, if I can do that, maybe it'll be worth it in the long run. And like, I'll reevaluate in a year whether or not I want to like spend money on better equipment and keep putting time into it, if I can like monetize it with AdSense. And you have to have 1,000 subscribers to do that. I think I already said that. But I'm like right around 250 right now, and I'm 8 months in. So I really is not looking like I'm gonna get to 1,000 subscribers. And so I've kind of had this like, it's not like a chicken and egg scenario, but you know what I mean, where it's like, okay, do I wait until my channel gets to 1,000 subscribers to invest in a camera and make better content? Or is the fact that I don't have a better camera, preventing me from making the better content to get the subscribers? And I think maybe the latter is the case. So I decided to just invest the money up front, get a better camera, and like, at least I will reap the rewards of being more satisfied with the quality of my content, because I just get so frustrated every time I'm trying to use my old camera and make something decent, which my old camera is a Sony ZV F1, and it's like the cheapest cheap vlogging camera that you can get, which is crazy because full price it's like $600, but I got it on sale with some extra discount for like $350. So I got a good deal on it. But like, if you're looking for a camera to buy, don't buy a Sony ZV F1. Just spend a couple extra $100 and either get a Sony ZV-1, or which is like the better version, or something nicer like the Canon G7X Mark II that I got, because it will definitely be worth it in the long run. I think along with that, it's just like, I've also been trying to make these vlogs about getting out of a creative rut, and like, it's going pretty well actually. I'm working on the second installment of this series, and it's like, it is working. So I've been making stuff, but the process is taking longer because I'm actually like making something I'm proud of. I'm like making products out of it and trying to put them out. I'm only on like my second project, and I probably want to do like at least 3. And I actually have like even more prompts that I want to use. So that's one thing, but like, there's always just this stage of like trying to do something new, or like where you have an idea and you're trying to make something out of it, where the end result is not in sight. It's like around the bend. And like, every time I make art, it has this phase where I am like extremely doubtful that it's going to turn out. And I get this in life too, where I'm just like trying so hard and then like questioning absolutely everything. And I'm just like, am I a failure? Like, am I a failure because I've only gotten to 250 subscribers? Am I a failure because I don't have a better camera? Am I a failure because my business didn't make as much money last year as I thought it should? A couple weeks ago, I was like really in the depths of this. I'm just like, oh my word, like struggling so much with like being discontent with the stage that I'm in. And like, now that I've like pushed a little bit further through it, especially creatively, I'm feeling better. But yeah, it's just like, it's tough. Hang in there. If you're in a space like that, it gets better. So yeah, like a couple weeks ago, I made a video about my 2025 vision board, and like honestly, recapping January was like not a bad month. I was like pretty productive at work. I feel like I made a lot of progress on stuff, like kept pretty well on top of administrative goals. I also solved a major problem that I've been having, like administratively with like the IRS. So fun. And like before the end of the month, I managed to get on the phone with someone who explained the problem to me and presented a solution. So I'm very thankful for that. And also, like, as far as my vision board goes, which if you haven't seen that, I'll link the video up here. One of my favorite vlogs I've made recently. I did get the camera, and then I also started making sourdough. So I just like randomly one day I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start it because I know it takes like a week to get started. So I started the sourdough, and then I made a couple of loaves, but since then I haven't made as much bread, and a couple of times I've made sourdough bagels with the discard, and they've turned out pretty good. I just made the second batch yesterday, and I think they needed a little more yeast. So I've also like been in my baking era, and I've really been enjoying that. So yeah, that's in January. The other like fun, interesting piece of news that I have to share with you is that I got a job. And you might be like, Lydia, you have a job. And I do have a job. And I still have a job. I'm not quitting the business yet. It's going fine, you know. But a couple weeks ago, my sister Becca came home from work, and she works at a local cafe. And she was like, oh, our Saturday girl quit. The girl who only works on Saturdays. And I was like, you can work just on Saturdays? I wasn't aware that was a thing, because I would totally do that. And going way back, I've actually always wanted to work in a coffee shop. There was a point really early on in my business journey before things got like took off and it became a real job for me, where I really thought about like getting a job at Starbucks, which at the time that was the only coffee shops we had in the area. There was like no third wave coffee here until like after the pandemic, at least that I was aware of. And I never ended up getting that job, so I've still had to like mark the bucket list job of like work at a cafe off. And like partly in my head I think it would be so fun to own a cafe, but it's not something I'm going to try unless I have experience working in a cafe first. That would just be insane. Like, what? Who does that? So I had my first shift yesterday, like my first training / work shift, and I like it. I think it's fun. I'm just working in the kitchen for now. Hopefully maybe I'll get to be trained on bar at some point, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But yeah, just like a way to spend my Saturdays earning a little extra pocket money and like making sandwiches and doing dishes. It's not a terrible job. So that's fun and interesting. I feel like I'm doing it backwards, where a lot of people work a conventional job and then they start a side hustle doing something creative. And I've been working a full-time job doing something creative, and now I've got a side hustle working at a cafe. But whatever, this is my little side quest, and I don't know how I'm gonna work there, but I was like, why not like put away a little extra money. The last year or so I've been thinking a lot more about like planning for the future financially, and I've like started investing and like trying to save a lot more rigorously. It's going fine. Like, I've been able to save money from my income, but it's definitely made my budget a little bit tighter. So I've just been thinking, I thought a couple times last year about getting a part-time job, but I didn't want to do something during the week or like multiple days a week, because I knew it would take away from the time that I can spend on my business. So this is like a happy medium of like, I can earn a little extra money for saving or spending, and also it's not going to distract me for the most part from just doing my job every day. So, and also like I turned 26 last year, so now I have like health insurance costs to cover, and that's like, you know, a new added expense every month, like maybe my biggest monthly expense. So, which I say that because I live at home, which actually I'm curious if anybody would enjoy a video about like what I spend in a week. I always enjoy watching those, but I feel like to do what I spend in a week as a stay-at-home daughter, technically I just live it with my parents. I'm not like not working, But I've lived with my parents, like, I've never moved out, and they don't charge me rent, which is very generous of them. But I just wonder if people would, like, find that unrelatable. I'm probably overthinking this because I know there's a lot of other girls my age who are in a similar situation, and maybe they would enjoy seeing something relatable like that. So maybe I'll do that in the future. I've gotten, like, hung up before on the fact of, like, living at home into my later 20s, but, like, the older I get, the more I'm like, this is it. Like, it's great not having to spend money on rent, and, like, at this point I don't see myself moving out unless I buy my own place. So there, I've spilled my guts to you, and that's what happened in January. I'm excited about February. I hope it'll be another productive month, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't get sick. Last winter I got sick so many times, and it was a really miserable long winter. I have like 1, maybe 2 Valentine's Day events to go to, and I also have something fun planned for myself that I'll probably vlog. And then early next month we're going to throw a baby shower for my sister Lauren, so I'm going to spend time planning that. And, like, I've already designed invitations, and we're, like, picking up decor. So yeah, there's fun things in store, and I'm sorry I don't have a more interesting vlog for you this week, but I just did not have anything to film. And yeah, all of these updates are just things that, like, they happened in, like, such a spread out manner that, like, to try to make, like, a week in my life, it would be like 2 things happened, or, like, one thing happened one Saturday and then another thing happened the next. And maybe I could just do, like, a days in my life thing, but I don't know. I like to make vlogs with, like, an overarching theme because it helps me with, like, structuring them, and I feel like they just make more sense. I've written stories before, so I know a little bit about, like, story structure and plotting, and I just, without some overarching theme to tie it all together, like a week in my life, days in my life, or, like, how I'm surviving winter, which is a vlog I want to make. I feel like it is just so hard to edit a cohesive vlog that is, like, just about 10 different random things that happened. So I don't want to spend my time on it, if that makes sense. Also, like, I don't love doing weeks in my life because I feel like I just have to have my camera out all the time. And instead doing something like Bake With Me or something means that I can film for a set period of time and then put my camera away and just live my life. And I don't want to be someone who constantly has to be making content. It's very tiring, and I don't want to, like, come to hate it. But I'm excited about the vlogs that I have planned. I'm starting a vlog this week that will probably go up next week, and it's one I've been thinking about doing for a while. So yeah, I'm excited to use my new camera and make really great content moving forward. I might show a little bit of my new job, but it's, like, it can be kind of fast-paced, so I don't know if I'm gonna pull out a camera at all or not. We'll see. And that's all I have to share with you. So I hope you enjoyed this chatty vlog. If you did, let me know. Maybe I'll make more of them in the future. And I